it's been confirmed by Mauricio Sulaiman that Errol Spence Jr. will be fighting Keith Thurman at 154 pounds. He was on the Boxing Voice, and he pretty much said that this fight, interesting, this is still classified as a mandatory for Errol Spence Jr. Even though the belts, I don't think the belts on the line. I mean, at least I don't think so. This is where things get a little confusing at because if why does okay, this is a WBC sanctioned fight, but earlier reports by Mike Copman just said that this fight, the WBA president granted a special permit for this fight to go down. For I guess the special permit for the belts to still remain at welterweight while Errol goes up. I don't know what was in that special permit, what it was allowing. But this is a sanctioned WBC fight, according to Mauricio Sulaiman. So if that's the case, then should Errol Spence belts be on the line? Should WBC belt be on the line like it was supposed to be when he was fighting that? He was supposed to fight Keith at welterweight. Rather interesting information, man, because what happens? We're gonna have to find out what happens. We're gonna have to get some more clarification on this. Because if Errol Spence wins at 154, did he have his belt on the line, or did his belts not? Were his belts not threatened? Were they still sitting down at welterweight? And if Keith Thurman wins, does he become the WBC champion? But the funny thing is about this: if this is still a mandatory fight, that means belts is there. If it's mandated, that means the belts is on the line. So are they on the line at 154? Are they going to swap it? If Keith Thurman whips Errol Spence at 154, does that mean that the belt is going to transform into a how would that work? How the hell you fighting at a junior middleweight and the fight still mandated, is a mandatory fight, but then the belts are still at welterweight? I don't understand that shit. Because there's only one champion at 154 that has WBC. That's Jermell Charlo. So none of this is really making much sense, man. It's just a lot of moving pieces to this thing. It's a lot of questions that need to be ironed out, man. Real interesting. So I don't know. I want to get y'all comment what y'all thoughts are on this, man. So apparently this fight is going to be a mandatory fight for Errol Spence Jr. at 154, though. Mauricio Sulaiman was kind of he was being he wasn't really answering the question when Ness was trying to prod at him and try to get him to talk about who win. If Keith wins, then what happens to the belt? And then he kind of clammed up a little bit, but I guess we're going to find out eventually. We have to see exactly what's going on with this belt, with all the belts, man. Because if he fights for if one belt is on the line, all of them is going to be on the line. So interesting to see how this is going to all play out, man. But it looks like this is just the weirdest thing. I've never seen anything like it, man. I honestly, I've been sitting up here trying to figure out exactly what the hell is going on and how is this possible. It just gets weirder and weirder. Him fighting at 154, that wasn't even too weird. But the weird part was they said that the belts were still, Errol get to keep the belts, and then WBA giving him a special permit, and then now the WBC stepped back in again and said that this is a mandated fight for the WBC belt. And then I'm like, okay, well then if Keith Thurman wins, Errol gets stripped then. He gets stripped of his welterweight. How you fighting for a welterweight title at junior middleweight? It's just weird, man. But anyway, this is your boy Rapper Life Boxing, man. I need y'all to drop some comments. I want to get feedback from y'all on this, man, because this is the strangest thing, man. This is one of the strangest things I've ever read about or never heard of, and it's really sad though because it's putting a real sour on the welterweight division, man. The welterweight division is at an absolute standstill now because of Errol Spence Jr., man. And Al Heyman. But let me know what you think, man. Drop a comment. Catch y'all later. Y'all know who it is. Rebel Life Boxing. See y'all later.